Good afternoon to one and all. In this video, we are particularly going to discuss about religions and movements with respect to religion. Okay, particularly Buddhism and Jainism. We are going to discuss in briefly, as well as the Bhakti movement, which is very important, as well as the Sufi movement, as well as the overview of the Sikhism. Okay, these five topics we are going to discuss in this video. From the starting, from the Buddhism, every year there is a question from Buddhism and Jainism, most probably in Bhakti movement. Okay, to this video, most probably from the five topics we will get at least three questions for the sure. Okay, let's come to Buddhism. It was, we everyone knows, Buddha is Siddhartha, he's a Gautama. Okay, he belongs to 563 BC. After the Mahajanpadas, you can say after the Mahajanpadas, the 6th century, the Buddhism and Jainism both has arrived. Okay, Jainism is a later, it is a older than the Buddhism. We can when we talk about Jainism, we will discuss it. In Buddhism, who is the Gautama? He is born in Lumbini, which is in Nepal. Lumbini is a place in Nepal, which is a Kapila Vastu, is a kingdom. He belongs to Sakya clan. Okay, Buddha belongs to Sakya clan. Buddha is another than a Gautama. He belongs to Sakya clan, and Kapila Vastu is a kingdom in the Lumbini itself. Okay, during his 29th year, I can say that during his 29th year, there is, from the birth onwards, Buddha didn't seen this, the sick person, means who were ill persons, we can say, as, and the person with the black yellow thread. Okay, a person with a yellow thread, as well as a dead body. He never seen this, because if he is seen, when the Buddha has born, during his the birth time, the like this priest has suggested that if he has seen with these three, he will change. Okay, so due to this, he in kingdom, he never seen a ill person. He grown up like this. Okay, by after seeing these three, Buddha has changed his way of thinking and started to achieve the karma. Just a minute. Okay, and Buddha started to, he left the kingdom and he became a teacher, you can say. This means he achieved the he achieved the nirvana, you can say. Yes. Next, there is a philosophy. What is the philosophy of Buddha? You should know the philosophy of the Buddha for. Okay, after the Lumbini, then he got enlightenment. Okay, after roaming wandering 2 years in the forest, near a teacher, he learned. After this, from the teacher, he went through and he started to meditating. After the 48 or I didn't remember, 48, 47, 48 days of the meditation, he got the nirvana. And from his enlightenment, where his enlightenment near a people tree, which is a Bodh Gaya. Okay, people tree, he started meditating under a people tree. He got enlightenment here, which is the place which is in Bodh Gaya, Bihar. And the first sermon after the enlightenment, he has given the first teaching. Okay, first sermon near Sarnath, UP. Okay, first sermon now Sarnath, which is Dharma Chakra Parivartana, which is regarded as Dharma Chakra Parivartana. It's a Buddhist circle. Okay, like these four places, which is Lumbini, which is Bodh Gaya, Bihar. Enlightenment after the first sermon, chronological order, this is all happening in. After the first sermon at Sarnath, Dharmachakra Parivartana, and last he died in Kushinagar, which is regarded as Mahaparinirbana. Mahaparinirbana, asked in previous questions. Okay, most probably this term has asked in previous questions. And then this is related to Buddha. This is birth, where he has enlightenment, where he has taken the first sermon, and then where he died. Okay, and then we go to philosophy of the Buddhism. What is the philosophy of the Buddhism? Buddhism, they denied the authority of Vedas. They denied the authority of Vedas and efficacy of rituals, because during this, after the during the Mahajanapada period, there is a most tilt towards this rituals and sacrifices rather than devotion. Okay, sacrifices and rituals. Okay, and this the Vedas, the infallibility of the Vedas. But Buddhism denied the authority of Vedas as well as the priest. Means that there is necessary of the priest. He's denied them, and efficacy of the rituals have denied them. According to Buddhism, they says that they didn't say anything about the God, because they neither accepts nor rejects. Buddha, when a upasamkara, when a follower of the Buddha, one time when he was in teachings, asked the question about the Buddha, what about the God? The Buddha replied in such a way that I don't know whether it is there or not there. He said he don't know, but he never said that there is no God. He never said that there is a God. That's the reason Buddhism neither accepts nor rejects God. And according to Buddhism, soul does not exist. For the Buddhism, the soul does not exist. The emphasis on law of karma. The emphasis on law of karma. Law of karma means what? Our actions deserves desires our results. Okay, impacts. What are the actions taken in now? Whether we are studying now, there will be good result. If we didn't study right now, there won't be good result. This is the karma. Next, according to Buddhism, they accept the theory of rebirth. The same time, Jainism also accept the theory of rebirth. At the same time, Buddhism also accept the theory of rebirth. They accepted it. Next, what happened? But in Buddhism, they have given the superiority of the Kshatriya Varna. They have given the superior to Kshatriya Varna. Why they have given Kshatriya Varna? Kshatriyas are the kings during that time. Who are the kings? Kshatriyas were the king. So they have given the superior to Kshatriyas. They criticized the caste system, as well as they are criticized the Brahmanical orthodox Brahmanical traditions. Okay, like I said in the starting itself, like efficacy of the rituals, they questioned it. Okay, Buddhism is against the child marriage. They were against the sati. Okay, they were against these practices. Okay, now there are four most noble truths of Buddhism. What are the four most noble truths? Dukkha, which is suffering. And the suffering, for suffering there is a cause, which is a samudaya, is a cause. For cause, it has to be extinguished. Matlab, the suffering has to be extinguished. There is no way of stopping of suffering. Then how can we stop the suffering? Buddha has given a to stop the suffering. He has given eightfold path, which is Atangamaga, which is eightfold path. With this eightfold path, your sufferings can be stopped. Okay, how? What is the eightfold path? The right view. You should view in a right manner. Okay, right observation we can call it. Next, intention, which are the action should be right intention. It should not be in a wrong mode. Right speech, you should speak truth in such a manner. Okay, right speech. The right action, your action should be in the right manner. There should not be teaching. Okay, you should not have bad intentions. Livelihood, right livelihood means the livelihood should be, you have to work for the salary whatever got, you have to eat from what you have earned out of it. Right mindfulness. Okay, right mindful, you have to think in the right manner, and the right effort, you have to keep the right effort, concentration, right concentration, dhyana, concentration. Okay, it has to be Next, what is the eightfold path? Which are right view, right intention, right speech, right action, right livelihood, right mindfulness, right efforts, right concentration. These were the eightfold paths. Okay, the essence. What is the essence? According to the Buddhism, the person's essence is attainment of enlightenment. One has to attain enlightenment. There is no supreme god or deity in Buddhism. In Buddhism, there is no supreme god or deity. What is the goal? What is the goal of the Buddhism? Attainment of nibbana. One has to attain nibbana. Okay. Essence is attainment of enlightenment. The and how can you attain, or what is the goal? Nibbana. One has to attainment of nibbana. Code of conduct. Okay, he has given 5 rules. Okay, the 4 noble truths which is causing, which is suffer causing cannot be can be stopped. The stopped by the way of antanga maga, eightfold path. How the 5 rules which one has to follow, which is from violence, no one should enter into the violence, no one should stealing, but thief, no one should stealing, sexual misconduct, no one should sexual misconduct, lying or gossips, one should not lie, and one should not spread rumors about the others, and taking intoxicant, he denied from taking the intoxicants such as drugs, alcohols, like this. Okay, there were these 5 regarded as sins in Buddhism. Next, teaching. Buddha's teaching oral. Okay, that after the oral teaching of Buddha, his disciples written this Buddhist text in a Pali language. Okay, he written them in a Pali language. There might be a question triggered that which language Buddha text has written. Like this, they have given a matching Buddha's test, like a statement, maybe a statement like this: Buddha's teaching in a Prakrit language. Prakrit language. Jainism has written in Prakrit language. Okay, Buddhism written in Pali language. Next, they discuss about 3 Pitakas. The 3 Pitakas such as Vinaya Pitaka, which talks about a Vinayam, which talks about rules of conduct, and another one is Sutta Pitaka. Sutta Pitaka, which is the main teaching of Buddha. In Sutta Pitaka, there were the 15 contexts. There were 15 contexts in Sutta Pitaka. In the 15, these were the 5 Nikayas. The 5 Nikayas, these Nikayas may be this in this Nikaya there is asked the previous question in UPSC also about the Nikaya. Khunda Nikaya as asked in UPSC. We will come through across to it. Next, in the 5 Nikayas, which is Digha Nikaya, which is Majjhima Nikaya, Digha Nikaya, Majjhima Nikaya, Samyukta Nikaya, which is Samyukta Nikaya, which is Aguthana, Anguthara Nikaya. There were 5 Nikayas which were, we can say it as Tigha Nikaya, and we can say it Majjhima Nikaya, we can say as Samyukta Nikaya, Anguthara Nikaya, Kundaka Nikaya. Kundaka Nikaya, which is a Jataka. In Kundaka Nikaya, Jatakas are written in it. The Kundaka Nikaya talks about the previous birth of Buddha. That was the Kundaka Nikaya. What is it talks about the previous birth of Buddha. And one in Sutta Pitaka, there is another term Buddha Vakana, which is asked in the previous question. What is Buddha Vakana in Sutta Pitaka? Authority, this Buddha Vakana is regarded to Sutta Pitaka. The authority of this text, is accepted by all the Buddhist scholars. Means this Buddha Vakana, no one has criticized this Buddha Nikaya. Whether he is a Hinayana Buddhism or Mahayana Buddhism, they both all are accepted this Buddha Vakana, which is in Sutta Pitaka. Okay, there might be statement like this: Buddha Vakana accepted by only Mahayanas. Okay, or Buddha Vakana rejected by Hinayanas. Like these questions. Okay, like the questions may be framed. And this and third Pitaka, which is regarded as Abhidhamma Pitaka, which is a philosophical text. Abhidhamma Pitaka, which is a philosophical text of Buddhism. And this Buddhist text, there are different Buddhist texts. The famous Buddhist text, Divya Vadana, and the Deepavamsa, Mahavamsa. These Deepavamsa, Mahavamsa both belongs to Sri Lanka. Deepavamsa and Mahavamsa belongs to Sri Lanka. Milinda Panna, another test, Milinda Panna. Okay, we will discuss in this coming video, in this only, in later, in the art or literature itself. This Divya, there is, just note down it. Divya Vadhana, Deepavamsa, Mahavamsa, Milinda Panna. And the Buddhist councils, if we take the councils, Buddhist councils, the first Buddhist council, which has, initiated by the king Ajatasattu, first Buddhist council Ajatasattu, he under the presidentship of Mahakasyapa. The first, there is a match the following, maybe might be asked like this: first Buddhist council, as well as an opposite side there will be presidents of the council, okay, or kings of the council, or the place of the council, okay. This four has to be, you should know it. Which is first council has at Rajagriha Ajatasattu, which is in Satapani cave, which is Mahakasyapa is the president of the day. In the first Buddhist council, the two Pitakas, which is Vinaya Pitaka and Sutta Pitaka, has written. The second Buddhist council, which is by Kala Ashoka, first Ajatasattu, the second one Kala Ashoka. We can say this: the president is Sabakhani. Sabakhani is the president of the second Buddhist council. It is in Vaishali. Okay. In second Buddhist council, there is a monasteries. Okay, the monasteries has formed, and these two groups, which is Sthaviravadins and Mahasangikas. Sthaviravadins and Mahasangikas. This we can study later about this deeply. Sthaviravadins and Mahasangikas were formed in a second Buddhist council, and the third Buddhist council, which is Ashoka's, okay, the president of the third Buddhist council, Mogaliputta Tissa, third president. We can say the third council's president. It is Pataliputra, at that Pataliputra. And the fourth Buddhist council, which is a Kanishka, which is by Kanishka, okay, under the presidentship of Vasumitra, at Kundalavan. You may ask, the Kundalavan monastery belongs to which? It belongs to Buddhism. Where the Kundalavan monastery place is in Kashmir. We can't say as a Kashmir, okay. In the fourth Buddhist council, during the period of Kanishka, fourth Buddhist council is divided into two sects, okay, two groups, which is regarded as, which is regarded as two sects, which is regarded as Hinayana and Mahayana Buddhism. It's regarded Hinayana Mahayana Buddhism. Okay, right now we are going to study about Hinayana Mahayana Buddhism. First, the Hinayana, okay, which is regarded as a lesser vehicle. Okay, the famous one Buddha Gosha belongs to him. Hinayana Buddhism. Okay, the second one Mahayana Buddhism. Okay, the Mahayana, which we can consider as a great vehicle. It is written in Sanskrit. Okay, there is a difference between the Hinayana and Mahayana Buddhism. We can say this: Hinayana Buddhism, they didn't believe, they are orthodox. Okay, they does not believe in idol, because Buddha didn't believe in idol worship. At the same time, he is regarded as a Nirguna Bhakti. Nirguna means they won't believe in form of a god. Buddha even didn't rejected the god, or either he accepted the god. At the same time, the same thing followed by the Hinayana Buddhists. Like this, they does not believe in idol worship. There is individual salvation. Okay, means one has to be under the guru, individual salvation. Okay, has to support of guru. At the same time, Hinayana Buddhism, women cannot achieve salvation. Okay, at the same time, in Mahayana Buddhism, women can achieve salvation. Okay. Sorry. I'm sorry. I considered it as a Jainism. I'm sorry. Yeah, in the mistakes maybe happened when we studied about the whole both means there might be mistakes, I'm sorry. In Buddhism they believed in women's and into the sanghas. Okay, now now when it comes to Hinayana Buddhism, okay, according to Mahayana there should be bodhisattvas. Okay, the bodhisattvas means they were the disciples of the Buddha. They rejected the Hinayanas rejected the Bodhisattva's concept because they just follow only the Buddha, not other ones. Bodhisattvas they were the liberal ones. Okay, they attained the nirvanas. Bodhisattvas they attained the nirvana, and after that they started teaching about the Buddhism. Okay, next the both were for the both Buddhism, so Hinayana Buddhism and Mahayana Buddhism, for the both mind is superior to the matter. For both mind is superior to matter. Okay, in Ajanta and Ellora caves, both Hinayana and Mahayana Buddhism are there. There is a transitionaries which is Antyavada, Anantamvada, Anantavada not believe in soul, Anishwarvada. Antyavada, Antamvada, Anishwarvada belongs to which Buddhism? There might be a question. It belongs to Hinayana Buddhism. Anantyavada, Anantamavada, Anishavada. At the same time, when it comes to Mahayana Buddhism, there is another form like this Antya, Anantam, Anisha. There is Anishva, another form Vijnanavada, Shunyavada, Trikayavada, which is Vijnanavada, Shunyavada, Trikayavada. We say the universal liberalism. The Vijnanavada, Shunyavada, and Trikayavada, which belongs to universal liberalism. Next, there is a famous festival which is a Losar festival. It happens in Arunachal Pradesh. Losar festival, which is in Arunachal Pradesh, it celebrated by Mahayana Buddhism. Okay, it's celebrated by Mahayana Buddhism. In Hinayana Buddhism, it again divided, and there is again another group which is regarded as Theravada. Theravada Buddhism. Theravada Buddhism, it is not in India, it is in Sri Lanka. It is established in Sri Lanka. There is a UNESCO heritage Theravada Buddhism, but the UNESCO heritage site. Sthaviravadins, we consider as Sthaviravadins. Okay, here second council we said about Thaviravadins. These Thaviravadins, which is Theravada Buddhism. Theravada Buddhism nothing but it has an influence from Hinayana Buddhism. It belongs to Sri Lanka. There is the famous text which I said in Buddhist state itself, Deepa Vamsa and Mahavamsa. This both forms belongs to Theravada Buddhism. Okay, and the next another one is Vajrayana Buddhism, which is influenced from the Mahayana Buddhism. Okay, which has influence of Mahayana Buddhism. It is written in Sanskrit language. Okay, you can Sanskrit language is regarded as vehicle of thunderbolt. Vajrayana nothing but tantric practices. Tantric practices don't related with the Hinayana. It is related to Mahayana Buddhism. Deification of Buddha. This is the deification of Buddha. Mahasangikas. I said this in second Buddhist council, Sthaviravadins and Mahasangikas. Sthaviravadins which belongs to Theravada, Mahasangikas which belongs to Vajrayana Buddhism. Vajrayana tantric practices. Okay, this both are divided like this, but the original platform came in this. Okay, now monastic. The original divided has happened in the fourth Buddhist council. Under this it came. Okay, don't regard this considered as it. Okay, next in Vajrayana Buddhism, Lokataravadin. There is a in Mahasangika, there is a Lokataravadin. In subsect of Mahasangika, there is a Lokataravadin. Next, there is a Jain Buddhism, which is we can say it is a Tibetan Buddhism, Jain Buddhism, which is a Tang dynasty. It's a Tibet Tang dynasty, which talks about the meditation. It belongs to Mahayana Buddhism, Jain Buddhism. Okay, so another form of Buddhism. Okay, next. Did you get it? Did you get this? Yeah. The spread of Buddhism. How the Buddhism has spread? The Buddhism has spread by monks is known as bhikshus. There might be a question about this. Bhikshus, monks, bhikshus were the member of sangha. They were the member of the sangha. What is the eligibility of the member of the sangha? There is a question, the previous question which talks about the eligibility of the member of the sangha. One has to attain at least the 15 years. The 15 above the 15 years, whether male or female, both are eligible for the sanghas. Okay, but worshippers, which is upasikas, worshippers are regarding as a followers, you can say this. The worshippers, upasikas, they are not a member of sangha. Okay, the question might be framed in such a way that upasikas are the member of the sangha. Upasikas cannot be member of the sangha. Only the monks, bhikshus can become the member of the sangha. Okay, there is Ashokan missionary. During the period of Ashoka, he started after the Kalinga war. He started the preaching of Dhamma, which for the Buddhism the monasteries are spread. The monasteries are spread to West Asia and Ceylon. Okay, Buddhism contribution to Indian culture, ahimsa. Still, we are following. It's one of the most noble value in international relations when it's considered on UN also. The stupas, which is contribution is stupas of Sanchi, we can say Sanchi, Bharat and Gaya are the stupas. Education, the education Takshashila, Nalanda and Vikramashila. This was education. Okay. The Buddhist tourism, we can say the Buddhist circuit for the promotion of Buddhism, the Buddhist circuit which is in Swadesh Darshan scheme. Okay, Gaya Buddha, Bodh Gaya, and Nalanda, Rajgir, and Sarnath Varanasi. These three are connected. Okay, in Bodh Gaya, Gaya is connected. Nalanda, Rajgir, Nalanda, which is in Bihar, Rajgir, Patna, Patliputra, Patna is connected, and the Sarnath Buddha, Varanasi, UP is connected. Okay. UNESCO's heritage sites of Buddhism. There are 4 UNESCO heritage sites of Buddhism, which is regarded archaeological site of Nalanda, which is in Bihar. This is UNESCO site. Okay, archaeological site of Nalanda, Bihar is UNESCO site, and the Sanchi Stupa of MP, the Maharashtra is a Madhya Pradesh. Sanchi Stupa, which is a UNESCO site, and Mahabodhi Temple Complex, Bodh Gaya, Bihar. Mahabodhi Temple Complex, which has a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Ajanta Caves, which is in Aurangabad, Ajanta's Caves, it has also UNESCO Heritage Site. मतलब archaeological site of Nalanda, Stupa, Sanchi Stupa, MP, and the Mahabodhi Temple, Bodh Gaya, and Ajanta Caves. They 4 has the UNESCO Heritage Sites. Okay, Nirvana in Buddhism. Okay, Nirvana in Buddhism. What is the Nirvana Buddhism? Extinction of the flame of desire. Okay, this it is also a previous UPSC question. What is the Nirvana in Buddhism? What means of Nirvana? Nirvana means extinction of flame of desire. This is the right appropriate meaning. Okay, flame matlab the person who attained Nirvana, he lost the desire. Okay, he didn't have any desire at all. Next, Pavarana, which is a confession by monks of their offices. Confessions of monks of their offenses, means during these rainy seasons like this, there might be offenses of monks. It is a confession. Parajika. If a monk Parajika means if a monk break rules, if monk break any of the rules, okay, he must expelled from the sangha for the lifetime. Okay, matlab once the offense has happened, there is no again return of into the sangha again. Okay, he should be eliminated. Brahma Vihara, which is spiritual exercise in Buddhism. Brahma Vihara, which is spiritual exercise. Next, the monasteries we can consider. Rangdum Monastery, which is in Ladakh. Rangdum Monastery, which is in Ladakh, which is a Gelugappa sect. Okay, it is a Gelugappa sect. Another monastery is Tabo Caves. It is in Spiti Valley, Himachal Pradesh. Tabo Caves, Spiti Valley, Himachal Pradesh. Next, Sikkim, Rumtek, Rangdam. It is in Ladakh. The Rumtek, which is in Sikkim. Kargupaya sect. Okay, it is a Kargupaya sect. Next, another thing, Bomidilla sect. Bomidilla monastery. Bomidilla monastery in Arunachal Pradesh. Okay, Monpa. It is a Monpa sect. Now, there is a question like this: Rangdum belongs to which location? Rangdum belongs to Sikkim or Rangdum belongs to Ladakh? Like this. Okay, then match the following. You should know this: Rangdum, it is in Ladakh. Tabo caves, which is in Spiti Valley, Himachal Pradesh. Rumtek, which is in Sikkim. Okay, Bomidla, which is in Arunachal Pradesh. There were different sects. For Rumtek, there is a Karguyukuppa. Geluguppa is in Rangdum, Geluguppa. Bomidlela, it's a Mompla sect. When it comes to Sri Lanka, Rambodgala statue, which is a granite rock, it is a seated Buddha, largest seated Buddha. Okay, it's a seated Buddha. Rambodgala statue. Rambodgala statue, which is in granite rock carved, which is in Sri Lanka. Okay, Rambodgala, which is in Sri Lanka. Just note down it. Avadhana. Buddhist explanations of events by persons what deeds in previous life. Avadhana, which is a Buddhist text which explains about the previous life of Buddha. Okay, Arhats. The Arhats, which is a who achieved nirvana. Arhats has who achieved nirvana, freed himself from bonds of desires. Okay, the nirvana who achieved is called Arhats. Vagbhata. Vagbhata is the person. Vagbhata is a Buddhist physician. His writings such as Astanga Sangraha. His writings as Astanga Sangraha, Hridaya, Astanga Sangraha, Hridaya, Rasaratna Samuchaya. Okay. Now, Jivaka, he is a contemporary of the Buddha. He considered as a physician of the Buddha, at the same time physician of Bimbisara. Okay, medical education. He has taken the medical education in Takshashila. Okay, next, Sri Parvata Arama project, which is in Telangana. Okay, this is a Buddhist heritage. Sri Parvata Arama project. Okay, this is in current affairs. This project is in current affairs because Telangana has constructed this project. Okay, next, it was the ancient one. Okay, has taken up this project. This was the ancient Buddhist site. Next, Tibetan Buddhism. Four major schools in Tibetan Buddhism is in chronological order. There might be a previous questions like this. The chronological order of this sect. Okay, I got four schools, which is Nyingma, which is 8th century, which is a Kagyu, which is 11th century, Sakya, which is in Sakya as Kagyu 11th century, Sakya also 11th century. Okay, 1073. It's a first the Kagyu scheme, then after Sakya, and the Geluga, which is a 15th century. Nigaya, first one, Kagayu, Sakya, and Gelugu. Okay, this is an oracle. Next, Maitreya, which is considered as a future Buddha, is a Maitreya. Dipankara, it's a predecessor. Maitreya is a future Buddha, means upcoming. Future, it didn't came. Future Buddha is Maitreya. Dipankara, which is a predecessor of Buddha, matlab the previous of Buddha. Dipankara. Lamp bearer, Buddha of the past. Okay, lamp bearer, Buddha of the past. There is stupas, Rambhara, which is in Kushinagar, the stupa of Rambhara, which is in Kushinagar, and the Bharat stupa, which is in Madhya Pradesh. Ajatasattu visited. Okay, Toranas were famous of the Bharat. The visiting of the Ajatasattu was written on it. The Kesaria, which is in Bihar. Kesaria is in Bihar. The world tallest excavated stupa, it is the world excavated world tallest. Kesaria is regarded. Seated Buddha, which is Rambodgala statue in Sri Lanka. Next, Kesaria, Bihar, which is the world tallest excavated stupa. Bharat, which is in Madhya Pradesh. Ajatasattu, which is Toranas. Next, Elephanta caves. There are Elephanta caves, Hindu and Buddhist temples, both were there in Elephanta caves, which is in Maharashtra. Bhaga, which is Bhaga caves, which is the Buddhist mural paintings. Bhaga caves, which has Buddhist mural paintings. Next, Bodhisattvas. Okay, Bodhisattvas, Mahayana tradition. They belongs to Mahayana tradition because in Mahayana tradition there is no Bodhisattvas. In Mahayana Bodhisattvas, Avalokiteshvara. These bodhisattvas were asked in the previous UPSC questions itself. Okay, Avalokiteshvara, which is a compassion Buddha holding lotus in his hand. Okay, we can see this Avalokiteshvara in Ajanta Padampani. Okay, Ajanta Padampani. Yes. Next, Manjushri, wisdom and meditation. Manjushri regarded as a wisdom and Manjushri, flaming sword in his right hand. There is a sword in Manjushri. There is a sword in his right hand. Matlab there is a symbols. Avalokiteshvara's lotus flower symbol. There might be a match the following question. Okay, Samanta Bhadra, meditation. Samanta Bhadra is a meditation. Samkhya Muni Trinity. It's got a Sankhya Muni Trinity. Garbha, Earth womb, Garbha. Maitreya, future Buddha, is already beside about. Vajrapani, which is Buddha's power. Vajrapani, which is Buddha's power. From this, in Buddha, Avalokiteshvara, which is a compassion. Okay, one has to be compassionate. Manjushri, which is wisdom and meditation, and and the Vajrapani, which is the Buddha's power. These three are regarded as protective deities around the Buddha. These three are regarded as protective deities around Buddha. Samkhya saying Buddha accomplished this goal. Sankaplan is accomplished this goal. Next, the state structure in the age of how the state in the age of Buddha, they use metal money. The society uses the metal money. There are republics, mother tribal oligarchies. The power whether in republics is tribal oligarchies. In Indian, legal and judicial system were originated during the period. Legal and judicial system were originated. Kshatriyas and Brahmans Kshatriyas and Brahmins exempt from payment of taxes. They exempt from payment of taxes. Next, three Ratna of Buddha. What were three Ratna? Which is a Buddha, which is Dharma teaching, which is Sangha community. Buddha, Dharma, Sangha. Ulambhana, which is a Buddhist festival, Ulambhana, and one more Buddhist festival in our Arunachal Pradesh we celebrated. We have seen in Mahayana Buddhism. It's a Losar festival. Okay, Losar festival. Next, this Buddhist festival, the cycle of life and death is full of pain and sorrow. Ulambhana, which what it said that the cycle of life and death is full of pain and sorrow. Okay, from this we are going to end the Buddhism. Most probably we have seen this the whole sector of the Buddhism at this time. Next we consider we can go to Jainism. Again, this we will take this whole session during the marathon. Okay, in the marathons we will teach it again. You no need to busy it go for revision same time. Okay, in marathon session we will take a whole again. Okay, in Jainism we will go to Jainism. We will start with Jainism. What is the Jainism? Who preached the Jainism? From the Jainism we can say that from the Mahavira, who is it is also belongs to 6th century. From the Mahavira, who is the 24th Tirthankara, the first Tirthankara of the Jainism. There are Tirthankara. The first Tirthankara of Jainism, Rishabhnath recorded as the first Jain Tirthankar. Mahavira is 24th Tirthankar. Okay, it is also atheist religion, one of the. Next, they also like Buddhism. They also rejected the Vedas. Okay, according to Jaina means conqueror. Even according to Jainism, even the small object has soul. Okay, small object has soul, but in Buddhism they rejected the concept of the soul. They rejected the concept of the soul.